Good morning and welcome back to my channel. Today I am so excited. We are leaving for a weekend golf trip, so I figured I would do a little get ready with me and kind of share my history of why I started golfing in my 30s. So let's get to it. First I go with my e.l.f. Sun Touchable. Whoa, glow. So if you're new here, my name is Nicole and I am a 30-something golf girl, and I'm mostly known for my antics over on TikTok and Instagram, but since growing up a little bit, I am kind of broadening my interests and going to be showing more of my personal life, my struggles with my weight loss, binge eating disorder, anxiety, all of that stuff. Kind of get to know me more on a deeper level than just a goofy golf girl level. So I'm really excited about sharing my life with you guys. This new CoverGirl Clean Fresh Nourishing Skin Tint. I'm not big on foundations in the summer. It's kind of icky to me, especially when I'm out golfing all the time. So I just like a good skin tint. I just got this one yesterday, so I'm gonna see how it looks on my skin. Like it covers up some of my freckles. I don't like to cover up my freckles all the time, but I just have so many of them where it's like, you know, sometimes they do get covered. So I started golfing, when I was 31, and I started golfing because a lot of my friends kept moving away and I just got really lonely and I wanted to do something that would get me out of the house. I had just had my hysterectomy like a year or two before, and I wanted to get out of the house and be more active and learn something like a sport, but I've never been like very coordinated. So, plus I needed something to do by myself since all my friends had moved to North Carolina, Texas, you name it, New York. So I was like, all right, let's do golf. I had seen Nate Bargatze. He had done like a skit on his Netflix about llama caddies, and I went down a rabbit hole about what a llama caddy was, and then I ended up on like every Instagram girl's golf page, and I was like, I want to be just like them. So I booked a lesson and I started golfing indoors. I took lessons, and yeah, that's kind of how I got started. Going with the Catrice under eye brightening, I put that underneath. If you know me from Instagram, I started golfing, well, I started that golf channel with my partner, Amber, and I actually met her through our golf league in Hawley, Pennsylvania, and we hit it off like so quick. She needed a partner for the golf season and I was brand new. I didn't know, where to start, where to go, and her vibe, just like meshed with mine, and it was fantastic. So we golfed for the first season together. It was, I think, like April to September, and we didn't know each other beforehand, but we kept in touch, obviously, like over the winter and stuff. And she had made a joke, like the one night she sent me a TikTok and she was like, we should make TikToks because we were like really funny. And we were just being sarcastic about it. Like, of course, everybody thinks they're like the funniest. And, I'm the type of person, like when you tell me something once, like I'm going to do it. So I bought a GoPro, and in that following season, that April, we like slapped it up in our cart, had no idea what we were doing. I had no editing experience, nothing. And we just started recording ourselves. Under eye SPF serum. It was really fun. So we golfed on ladies league night on Thursdays. So we got half of the course to ourselves, and it was just like a couple hours, like after work, like nonsense, like I think a lot of people assumed we were on like these bougie golf courses and holding randoms up. Like, no, we had half of the course to ourselves. We're not rude. Like we were, respectable, because all of the ladies that we were golfing with were doing the same thing. They were just, moms, daughters, whatever, just out there having an amazing time with their girlfriends. I started golfing. I wish I can say that it was easy for me. It really wasn't. I had joined a golf club in my town. I won't name names, but they know who they are. And they were extremely unwelcoming to me. The people, it's a small knit town, so I felt very uncomfortable at times. And, you know, the town people that ran all the businesses there, like, they were just rude. It is what it is, you know. I had grown up a town over, so I didn't know anybody in that town. So it was just extremely uncomfortable, and I ended up quitting because just the way that people made me feel was just not how I wanted to spend my free time. And that was the best decision I ever made, was to quit that club and move on to just golfing random places with my family, and it was fun. I would recommend anybody starting out to definitely take lessons and get a feel for what golfing is like, because it's not easy at all. So I golfed for about 4 months inside before I went outside and golfed, because I lived in the north. So I started in December, so it wasn't until April, and it was great. Like, I learned a lot about my form. I didn't just like buy a set and then go out onto the golf course. I took lessons, I got fitted for clubs, and then I went to the golf course. So that's my recommendation. I'm an only child, and my mom has always struggled with alcohol addiction, and so I wanted to get out of the house as well. I also just had like severe anxiety that I never really dealt with, and I felt it was time for me to kind of venture out on my own a little bit. I took care of her for a long time. I mean, she took care of me too when I was struggling with like my endometriosis and stuff. But I felt free after having my hysterectomy, and I just wanted to be out and about. And honestly, golf really like saved my life. It was scary to do it by myself, and I did. I golfed at that club before I quit. I golfed by myself all the time. It was fantastic. And I don't know, I feel like it really made me grow into more of an independent woman, and I'm really grateful that I did that. And what that was, Tarte Sculpt Tape. It's my favorite. And then I also do the blush. Man Eater. I think I have the shade Warm Pink. Out of the house after being sick for so long was definitely life-changing for me. I started to learn like independence away from my mom. And I just felt like I was growing up and ready to take on new adventures, which was very exciting for me, because I don't like to feel stuck in a rut or in the same place for too long, especially if I know it's not meant for me or if it doesn't feel good for me. Starting the golf channel, My Fairway Ladies with Amber, was so exciting. We did not know what we were doing. Half the time, we just forgot the camera was even in the cart, and you know, we were just our regular selves, and people loved it. It made them laugh. It made us laugh. It made us happy. We felt so uncomfortable, like after our first video went viral, because we were like, we're just nobody country girls from Wayne County, Pennsylvania. Like, it was just unrealistic in our eyes that anybody would think that we're interesting or funny. And slowly but surely we grew our account. We got to go on amazing trips together. We went to Southern Pines. That was our very first trip that we took. Southern Pines, North Carolina. That's actually where we're going this weekend. So my boyfriend and I. And we went to Florida, and we did a fun golf trip down there, and that was so exciting to get to golf on the ocean. I never thought that was a thing before, so that was exciting and very fun. I have these ColourPop shadow sticks. I am not great at like putting eyeshadows on, but these are easy. You just literally blend them across your eyes. So yeah, we did some merch and stuff and people loved it and it was very fun. I've done a lot over the past 3 years that has taught me a lot about business and social network and all that stuff. And I decided to get my master's degree in business, which I will be finishing this coming January, so about 7 months from now, and I'm really excited. Golfing really has propelled my life in a new direction and I was not expecting it, and I couldn't be happier where I am now. When we had started, there were a select few people who were always super consistent, and my now boyfriend was one of them. Typically you have guys on there that are like, oh baby, you're so whatever. Like he would just send like smiley faces and like fireball emojis and like encourage us, and I thought it was great. And we never really talked, you know, like it was just, I remember seeing him like consistently over the years. And then he had wished me a happy birthday in January, and then I did a Valentine's Day post and he like jokingly was like, will you be my Valentine? And no one had ever asked me to be their Valentine ever. Like I never had a serious relationship in my entire life, and I thought it was the cutest thing. And then we just started talking from there, and now a year and a half later I live with him in North Carolina. My advice to people would be, if you feel like there's something that you want to do not be afraid to do it. It might seem crazy and it might seem scary, but pushing yourself can open doors and open opportunities in your life that you would never ever expect. And don't get me wrong, people will comment and be like, must be nice to be a rich girl that just golfs all day. I literally work a regular job every week, a 40-hour a week job. I am in school full-time and I do content creating. So I am not a rich little golf girl. I am a hardworking badass. So this is the e.l.f. Dewy Coconut Setting Mist. It actually smells phenomenal. Oh my God. I definitely support women getting out there and golfing. I think the bonding that you can have with new people or current friends is just so refreshing and so fun. And I feel like women are less competitive than men and they can just have a fun time. I think there's certain groups of guys that also just go out there to have fun as well. I just feel like for women to have, you know, 3 to 4 hours of alone time, or even if you join a league and do your like 9-hole challenges and stuff, I just think it's fun. A couple hours once a week, like it's just such a good feeling. And I just love women coming together like in a community. I think it's fantastic. This side of my eyelashes are so much smaller. I don't know why they don't grow, but I got my BB lash or whatever serum, so I started putting it on this eye to catch up with this eye. It's crazy when I sit down and talk about how my life has evolved over the past 4 years, 3-4 years with golfing. It's amazing to see how I met my soulmate, like my life partner, through golfing. I found my independence through golfing. I started a new wave of golf girls through golfing with my partner, and it's just so fun. Like it's a very fun feeling, and I'm excited to keep going. I want to encourage people to step out of their comfort zone and be more independent and not be so afraid of what other people think. I'm here for anybody that wants to do it. Like I support you 1,000,000%. Everybody deserves to have that support. And I did it when nobody supported me. Like I said, I'm an only child. My mom always struggled with her own battles, and her and I just did not have like a friendly relationship. Like she wasn't encouraging, she wasn't anything like that. So I had to hype myself up. But I'm so glad that I did, and I'm excited to keep going. I put brown on my lower lashes. I just think it looks less heavy. And that's pretty much it. I actually did put some of my True Match on just because we're going to be touring the Golf Pride Factory today, and I just want to look pretty because I've never toured a golf facility before and I'm nervous. And we're going to be vlogging, so I want to look kind of cute because tomorrow we're golfing and I'm not going to look cute. I'll finish getting ready. I'll put my earrings in, spray my hair. Oh, before I do that, so I do use this. I do have some thinning on the side of my hair and I have dark hair, so I use Boldify. This stuff is, look at how like the pod is already sunk down. I use this every single day and I just hit those areas that are a little bit thinner. Just make myself feel a little bit better. Especially when I go out, you know. If I go to work or something, I don't really care. Oops. And then if you get some on, just wipe it off. And then what I do after is I just use some hairspray and just kind of set it. It doesn't move at all. I love this stuff. Yes, so that is it for today. Like I said, I am so supportive of any golf girl that wants to get out there. It does not matter your age, size, color, education level. Don't let anybody tell you otherwise. You are more than qualified to go out there and have some fun. I recommend starting with a lesson or two, get a feel for it, getting some starter clubs, nothing crazy expensive, going out to the range, practice, and then join a league. And that's how I learned. Amber, if it wasn't for Amber, I would not have made it through my first golf season through league. I was so anxious. I did it to myself. Like, it was all self-talk. I was like, I shouldn't be here. I don't deserve to be here. These ladies are way better than me. Don't even start that negative self-talk. Just go out there, have fun. Literally nobody's good at golf except the people getting paid millions and millions and millions and millions of dollars on tour. None of us are good at golf. It is what it is. So that's it for today. I'm going to finish getting ready and hit the road. Thanks for watching.